Hey, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Tell me if this is working. So I have never done Facebook Live selfie style before, and I am trying this, and I am hoping that technologically, we have everything okay. So if you are here, hi, Becky Higgins, LLC. Wait, is that you?
Yeah, I guess I can't post from my page. I tried to post from my page.
Okay, so that message that says, hi, Becky, we're just going to talk about this just really quick. That's from Wendy, who's sitting next to me.
Wait.
Is it working?
Grace, did you say hi, Becky? No. I said hi, good looking.
Oh, is that you, Tony?
Wait, what did I do?
We're trying to figure this out, so don't worry. I've got a great topic. I can't wait to dive into this, but we want to make sure that technically we had some glitches last time, and we think we did things right. Helen Ding, hello to you, because you just said hi, and I see it. So now I'm seeing the comments, but I only see a couple. So if you're in here and you can see me, if you don't mind just saying hi so I know this is working, I would hate to keep going if this isn't working. So let me know what you guys see. While you're coming in, okay, can I ask a question? I see live at the top, and I see, hey, Janice. Hey, from Nanaimo. Nanaimo bars are seriously one of my favorite things. I kind of drool a little bit when I think about them. Nanaimo in British Columbia. Oh, good. There you guys are. Hey, Becky and Tiffany and Claire and Janice. Hi, Tony. Okay, good. So this is working. Wait, one quick question, Race. It says that...
Those are your live viewers.
Okay, all right. All right, here we go. Good deal. So this is Facebook Live, and what I am used to with live video broadcasts is actually Periscope. I've been doing Periscope since Periscope happened. I was an early adopter with that platform, and it's awesome. And we've been learning more about Facebook Live because that has since come up, and so far we're really liking it. But I haven't ever done it selfie style, and I'm excited about this because I can see your comments while we're talking. So let's dive into this topic. And I think that most people are going to actually be viewing this later, not so much live. So I think that is really cool that Facebook just kind of keeps it there for a while. A quick mention about this setup is we are sitting in the conference room of our headquarters of our office in Arizona. It is so hot outside, but we keep the air very cool in here. So we're comfortable and happy, and here we are. Hey, Julie. So what we've got here, Wendy. Pop in really quick so they can see you. Everyone knows and loves Wendy. Oh,
hi.
She's pretty. Ooh. Hi. Wendy does our customer service, so a lot of you have had interaction with her. And Race, you might as well pop in. Come on over. This is Race. Hey. Thank you, Race. Race is our marketing manager, so we've got a few of us here to make sure that things run smoothly. But I want to talk to you one-on-one. It's a little bit of a group discussion, but I want to talk to you because we are going to be discussing this whole idea of balancing roles and responsibilities. This is not going to be a 45-minute chat. You have things to do, I have things to do, but I wanted to have this discussion because I recently put out a video called 7 Ways to Balance Your Roles and Responsibilities. Now, this is, hey Kim, this is I'm coming from a place of really screwing up in this area in my life. And so I feel like after this many years of being a working woman, a working mom, and figuring out how tricky balance is, and it is so tricky, and I know you guys know that, I think that I finally have come to a place in my life where I can and should be talking about this because I have figured out ways that have worked for me. It's not going to be the same for everybody, but I have found success in finally figuring out what feels like a happy balance. Hey, Lori in Ohio. So what we're going to do is I want to just quick recap this video. I'm not talking about the details of the video because that's why we did a video. It's there. It lives forever on YouTube. The question that has been posed to me over the years is, how are you doing it all? How are you managing this whole business and having a family and serving in church and the community and still traveling and still doing this? And I have always said to people, the question always kind of made me cringe a little bit because my first response was always, what have I done that makes you think that I'm actually doing it all? Because I am so totally not doing it all. If you saw how little I exercise and how little I cook and how, I always cringe because of those reasons. Now that said, life has gotten way more balanced for me because of a lot of screwing up and a lot of hard work to figure it out, okay? So that's the place of where I'm coming from. And so that's why I love to talk about this. And I always have. I think that balance is important. So having said that, if you have seen the video, if you have seen this video, it's on the Becky Higgins YouTube channel. Anyone can search Becky Higgins Roles and Responsibilities. And if you've seen it and you have a major aha takeaway, something that really resonated with you, chime in and let us know what was like your thing, like what just clicked for you, or what's something that you've been implementing. If you haven't seen it yet, go see it, okay? That's on YouTube. Here's a quick recap, just for those of you who have seen it, or if you haven't, you'll just get the gist of it. The 7 tips, and I'm looking at my paper because I don't remember the order that I said them, but prioritize. It seems so no-brainer, but sometimes we just need to be a little bit more intentional and not just think vaguely, oh, my family's important to me and my job's important to me and whatever, my health, whatever. But you need to actually like break it down and look at what is the most important thing and how am I going to make that a priority this week or today or this year. The second thing I talked about was delegate, and like for real, delegation is huge, whether it's delegation within your family, with your work, with your serving opportunities. Delegating does not mean to be like some bossy, crazy thing. It makes sense. Eliminate. That's another point I talked about. I think that it is so typical in this day and age for so many of us women to want to do it all. And social media doesn't help with that, because social media kind of makes it look like women are doing everything that most of us are not. So eliminate. Can I tell you a quick elimination story? Quick elimination story. This morning, just this morning, I had 10 more minutes before I needed to like scoot, get out the door, and get here to the office. My choices were, I can either put makeup on, or I can get on social media for 10 minutes and respond to a lot of your questions and comments from the last day. I bagged the makeup because who cares? I am makeup free. I got a little mascara and lip gloss, a total of about 35 seconds here. I decided to not do makeup because I'm eliminating. I'm deciding that I can't do everything in any one given day. And so who cares about the makeup? What's more important to me in these 10 minutes is engaging back with you guys and spending time answering your questions and responding. And that's what I did. So that's what elimination means. One more thing, can I just talk about last night? No, not last night, 2 nights ago. I kind of did the math and was realizing I spent like 3 hours in the kitchen. For what? What was I doing? I was preparing food. I was making meal for my family. I was getting the kids out of the pool. A neighbor was over swimming. I was kind of doing that, getting everybody fed, cleaning up. We were spending a little time in the kitchen before I even left the kitchen. My back was kind of hurting. I'm like, why was I in the kitchen for so long? And I was saying to my husband, if I have days like this where I am really putting effort into cooking, because I think some of you know that I am totally into new recipes this week and just wanting to be creative in the kitchen, then I cannot work out on a day like that. I cannot do everything in any given day. So on that day, I decided to prioritize meals and food and family time in the kitchen, and I was like, I can't work out today. But the next day, yesterday, I was able to work out. Did I cook? I did not. Okay, so can't do it all. Creating boundaries is another thing. When you are where you are, be where you are, right? That's kind of the essence. If you are with your children, that is not the time to be engaging in social media, for example. If you are, if you're on a date with your husband, for the love, do not be on your phone, right? Okay, you get it. List making, one of my favorite topics ever in the entire universe. You have to make sure that if you have not seen my list making video on YouTube, that you check it out. Not because it's the end all be all for everybody and it's a solution that's gonna work for everybody's needs, but it has worked for me for years. Half our team has adopted it and it works for them, and a lot of people seem to be feeling like it's helping them get things done, be more productive, and keep it all on track. So list making is huge. Multitasking, that's the 6th point I brought up, because multitasking has gotten such a bad rap for so long, and I'm like, you know what? Multitasking totally works sometimes, completely and totally. If you want examples of that, watch the video. And then beginning with the end in mind, one of my favorite Stephen Covey principles that I've been carrying with me for years and years, and I apply it to scrapbooking, I apply it to my life philosophy, I apply it to so many things. When you begin with the end in mind and you think even just one day at a time, even if it's not a year at a time, you think for today, you wake up and you go, what is the end result I want today? At the end of the day, when my head hits the pillow and I'm going to sleep, what's the end result? How do I want to feel about how this day went? Do I want to feel like I'm happy and content? Do I want to feel frazzled? No, obviously not. So what am I going to do that's going to help me achieve that end result? Okay, so that's the recap. That's the recap. And the reason why I jumped on Facebook Live to discuss this is because I am wondering what you guys are thinking. Okay, so if you have something to contribute, I would love for you to jump in and comment. But I'm going to tell you right now, even if we don't get a whole lot of engagement at the moment, because a lot of people might watch this later, I do want you to know what some of the feedback was that we got already, and I'm going to share this with you. These are from people, all of us, right? We're all in the same community, so I'm going to share those with you. Rebecca says, I fly by the seat of my pants too much. I need to implement, begin with the end in mind. Yeah, you know what? And I will say, Rebecca, that there's nothing wrong with flying by the seat of your pants sometimes. Like, I love being totally off the fly sometimes and just doing something that I was not planning on. I think that we should embrace life that way. I also think that from a bigger standpoint and from a bigger picture standpoint, that it really does make sense to begin with an end in mind, because once you have that grounded in your mind and in your heart, it guides you in every decision that you make. I really believe that. All right, someone said that when it comes to balancing roles and responsibilities, they said, strive for excellence, not perfection. Okay, that resonates with them. That's not actually something I said in the video, but that's what she was contributing to this discussion. Perfection is something that we see with perfectly edited, perfect lives on Instagram. We're not going for that. None of us need perfection. That's not the point, right? We just need progress, and we need effort, and we need excellence in every decision that we're making. Julie says, I'm a huge list maker. It makes me feel so much more organized, and I cannot agree with you more. And then Kim, thank you for that input. You like the Things app. I like the Things app as well. And I've also been using Evernote just barely recently, and I'm starting to like that, but it's a learning curve. Someone else said, have a sense of humor and be able to laugh at life's hiccups. Can I get an amen? Go, Wendy.
Amen.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't have hiccups? Who does not have massive bumps in the road? Who does not have like serious issues that come up? And I'm not saying everything's a joke, because it's not. There's some serious stuff that comes up, but if we're not able to just laugh at some of the small things, then what are we doing? My husband and I will just kind of get in this little, I don't want to call it bickering, because actually it kind of is. We bicker at each other sometimes, and we're kind of competitive about who's right in the situation. And then sometimes I'll just start laughing, or he will, and I will seriously, these are the words I will say, seriously, we're having this conversation. Like, this is for real. If there were a camera looking at us right now, this is so embarrassing that we're even making an issue about this. All right, amen to you, Rebecca and Jennifer. Okay, so someone else said, I recently learned the difference between principles and practices. That's deep. Principles and practices. I don't even want to elaborate on that, because it is so complete right there in what she said. Someone else said, it's nice to not compare when you consider we are working to achieve the goal to be happy, but our practices may be different. Hello, for sure. The way that, okay, Wendy and I might have the same goals in terms of our family life and our personal faith and our work goals, and we might have the same type of things, but the way that Wendy would approach it and the way that I would approach it doesn't, nor should it for sure be the same at all. Like, it doesn't have to be that way, but it also shouldn't be that way. We are individual people. We approach things differently. We have different paths, and we have agency to make our own choices, right? So why should any of us be making the exact same decisions all along that path? Lori, lists. Yes, agree. Amen to that. And Kendra, hi Kendra, I love you. I use the good, better, best method. It helps me decide what needs my attention and energy and what I need to let go. I could not agree with you more. I know. Let it go. Let it go. Yes, yeah, for sure. And the thing about good, better, best is when you look at life that way, because I don't know if you remember when you first heard that talk. You can just Google good, better, best, and you will find a talk or several talks on this concept. It really resonated with me in a way that I hadn't thought about before. This was years ago. And we talk about prioritizing. If you want a more clear, distinct way of understanding, well, how am I supposed to prioritize? Look up this talk, just Google search it, and it is a game changer. It makes you look at every decision in your life and go, yeah, that is a good thing to do. but this would be better, or this is the very best thing. So even though it's a silly example, that 10 minutes I talked about this morning, the good, better, best thing for me was makeup is fine, and I definitely would look better if I had makeup on today, but the better choice for me was to spend that time engaging in this relationship that I developed with you guys before I left for the office, right? So that's silly, but you get the idea. Thank you, Kendra. Eve says, I don't mind feeling frazzled on some occasions if I know my children have gone to bed happy and fed. I love making lists. The ticking off is so satisfying. Amen. Amen. Yes, for sure. And then Dawn, I'm a full-time working mom with a 2-year-old and a 9-month-old, and I've had to reset my expectations. Yes, yes. If we always have our expectations here and we never move them for certain things in our life, then we will constantly be disappointed, like constantly, okay? I agree with that. And she says, I've also had to remind myself that our family's needs and goals are different than others. So for sure, we're not always supposed to be the same. All right, so just a couple last things that you guys have shared with us that I want to share, and then if there's anything else you guys want to add, please do. But then we're gonna sign off and let you get back to your day. Refuel. One word that somebody said, refuel. This is the idea of when it comes to prioritizing and good, better, best, and all of that, when you take time to refuel, and that means do something for you. It's not necessarily for anyone else, and yet it totally benefits those around you when you refuel you. That is whatever you want it to be. Whether it's going and getting a pedicure, or leaving your house and going for a walk for 30 minutes, or hitting the gym, or reading a book, or you name it, right? Everyone has their own things. Make sure you refuel. Someone else said, yes, you can do it all, right? That whole notion of who's doing it all, and I say, I don't do it all. And she's saying, yes, you can do it all, just not in the same year.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. And it's like each day is the same. I mentioned cooking or going to the gym. I am learning I can't do both in the same day, and I don't do either every day anyway. Did you follow that? So I can make a proper meal every other day. The other days can be either leftovers or takeout or whatever, but I can work out on those days that I'm not cooking, but I cannot do everything in any given day. And it's the same for every week or every year, like she's saying. All right, last comment that I'm gonna read that came from you guys. And I love this so much. She said, run everything, meaning your choices, your actions, everything you do, run everything past the filter of, is this best for our family? That's perfect. And I'm gonna add and be a little bit more specific and say, is this best for our marriage? So if you are married, and not everybody watching is, but if you are married, then I want you to make sure that your spouse is first, right? And so that is, if your spouse isn't first, then family can fall apart. So if your spouse is first, your family is first, and you're putting these priorities first, then as she's saying, run it past that filter. Is this best for our family? Is me taking time for me good for our family? Heck yes, for sure, because that makes you a better wife and mom, in my opinion, because you're taking time. Now, everything in moderation. Do not escape and leave your family for 4 months. Not my best advice. Don't do that, Wendy. Don't leave. Yeah, so I totally agree with that. All right, so we're gonna wrap up here. Hey, Jennifer. Shannon, you say, and sometimes doing it all doesn't look like what you expected it to. Isn't that interesting? Totally. Okay, do you have anything else to add? Anyone? Do you guys have anything else to add? Because we should sign off. I don't see a time here. I don't see how long I've been on.
Tap on your face.
Tap on my face. Okay, I'm gonna tap.
1847.
Okay. Wait, that didn't work. Hold on. If mom is happy, everyone is happy. I totally agree. Okay, yeah, it's not working when I tap on my face. Maybe for you as a viewer. Hold on, guys. Oh, tap on the live button. Okay. All right, so I've been rambling for nearly 20 minutes, which means I should definitely go. Thank you guys for being here. Please know that anytime we do a Facebook Live, we love to have you involved. This is really fun. And next time, if you guys have thoughts on what you would like us to do a live broadcast about, please let us know. Send us a note. You can always email customerservice@beckyhiggins.com. You can leave a comment on Facebook or Instagram. We want to hear from you. And if you guys have been around long enough, you know that we totally listen. We don't do every single thing that every single person requests, but we do listen, and we love to We'd love to do this thing with you guys. We're in here together. This is a great community and so much fun. All right, I'm done. I'm signing out, right? Is there anything else? Okay, and I think I hit the finish button. I'm gonna try this. Bye, guys.